Okay student, so today we see that is about the next point of the topic, that is the relative growth and growth comparison. In last lecture we have seen that is the absolute growth rate and the relative growth means what. Okay, so growth, it is the increase in the volume size of the organism, but this increase in the volume size of the organism is permanent and irreversible. Okay, so today we see that is what is mean by the relative growth and the growth rate comparison. That is, there is the comparison between the absolute growth and the relative growth rate. Okay, so see that is here the relative. First we see that is about the absolute growth rate. So what is meant by the absolute growth? That is here the absolute growth means the actual growth. Okay, that is here, and there is the growth of organism at a particular time or the system per unit time. म्हणजे एखाद्या ऑर्गॅनिझमची ग्रोथ ही पर युनिट टाइम मध्ये किती होईल, that is known as the absolute growth or the actual growth. Okay, so see first that is about the relative growth. So what is meant by the relative growth? That is, the relative growth is nothing but the growth of a given system per unit time. Growth of given system per unit time per its initial growth. Per its initial growth. So see that is here. The first we see that is about the relative growth. So what is meant by the relative growth? So relative growth means that is here the growth of the organism or the system, okay, per unit time per its initial growth. That is here the actual growth, in short, that is it is the actual growth or the absolute growth of an organism per its initial growth. Actual growth of organism per its initial growth. That is here absolute growth or the actual growth means what? That is here the growth of the organism per unit time. Growth of the organism per unit time, that is known as the actual or the absolute growth. Absolute growth. Okay, so here what is meant by the relative growth? That is, relative growth means here the actual growth, okay, that is the growth of organism per unit time per its initial growth. Per its initial growth म्हणजे सुरुवातीची ग्रोथ किती आहे आणि फायनल ग्रोथ त्या ऑर्गॅनिझमची किती झालेली आहे. Okay, so see that is here about the relative growth, that is known as the relative growth. So see that is here the relative growth we can be calculate, that is see there is one example. So see that is there is one leaf. So see that is here the leaf A, it is the leaf A, see that is here is the leaf A. And another leaf, that is the leaf B. It is the leaf. So these are the leaves, that is here the leaf A, it is having the initial growth that is of the leaf A. Okay, and it grows, that is by the, so see that is here it is the final growth of the leaf. So here the leaf A, see its diameter or this length is of the leaf A is 5 centimeters square. Okay, that is the initial growth of the leaf is the 5 centimeter square. That is the leaf A. When it grows, that is the final growth of the leaf A. So it is the final growth, that is the final growth is the A dash. Final growth is the A dash. So here final growth of this leaf A is of the 10 centimeter square. Final growth is of leaf A, that is the 10 centimeter. That is here this increase in the size, that is the final growth of the leaf A is the 10 centimeter square. That is here increase in the leaf A, that is the initial growth, that is the 5 centimeter square, while after the growth, complete growth, here the leaf shows the final growth, that is the 10 centimeter square. So this leaf, it increases, that is of the 5 centimeter square. Then see, that is here the leaf B, that is here the size of the leaf B is more, size of the leaf B is more initial size than that of the leaf A, and here this that is, it is the final size of the leaf B, that is the B1. Okay, so B is the initial size of the leaf and B1 is the final size. Okay, so here in the B leaf, that is here the initial size is of the 50 centimeter square. Is of the 50 centimeter square, and here the final size of the B, leaf B, that is the B1, it is the 55 centimeter square. Okay, so this leaf, that is, if we see the difference between the size, that is initial and the final size, that is also the 5 centimeter square. Here the initial difference between the initial size of leaf A and A dash is also the 5 centimeter. Okay, so initial level is the 5 centimeter square, final level is the 10 centimeter. So the difference between is the 5 centimeter. So absolute growth, actual growth, if we see, that is the 5 centimeter square. Here also the actual growth or absolute growth of this leaf, it is also the 5 centimeter square. That is here initial growth is the 50 centimeter and the final growth, that is the B1, B dash is the 55 centimeter square. That is the absolute growth of this leaf is the 5 centimeter. म्हणजे ऍक्च्युअली जेव्हा लीफची ग्रोथ झाली ती कितीनी झालेली आहे, दोन्हीही लीफ मध्ये ती तेवढी झालेली आहे, दॅट इज अबाउट द 5 centimeter square. Okay, so what is about the relative growth? Okay, then see, that is here the first leaf which grows of the 5 centimeter square, and again the second leaf, it is also grows of the 5 centimeter square. That is the absolute growth is similar. So what is about the relative growth? So see, that is here relative growth. First we calculate the relative growth of the leaf A. Okay, so what is meant by the relative growth? That is the final growth. Relative growth is equal to final growth minus initial growth divided by initial growth. Okay, so see, that is here what is the final growth of leaf A. Okay, so if we calculate the relative growth of the leaf A, okay, so here the leaf A shows the relative growth, that is here the final growth is 10 centimeter square minus what is the initial growth 5 centimeter square divided by 5 centimeter square. Okay, that is equal to 10 minus 5 centimeter square divided by 5 centimeter square. That is equal to 1 centimeter square divided by 1 centimeter square. Okay, so here that is here the growth of the leaf, it mainly takes place, that is 1 centimeter with growth per 1 centimeter. That is, this growth is of the 100%. Growth, that is the relative growth, is of the 100%. Okay, so here the initial growth, if we see, that is of the 5 centimeter. Initial growth is of the 5 centimeter square and the final growth is of the 5 centimeter square. Okay, so here that is out of the 5 centimeter, here the final growth is also 5 centimeter. That is here the relative growth is the 100% relative growth is there. That is in the leaf A. Okay, so as a comparative piece, if we see, that is in the second system. In the second system, that is, see here, the relative growth is equal to final growth. So what is the final growth? 55 centimeter square. 55 centimeter square minus the initial growth is of the 50 centimeter square divided by 50 centimeter square. Okay, initial growth. Okay, so here the relative growth, that is of the B leaf. That is of the B leaf. Okay, so here see, that is here the final growth 55 centimeter square, initial growth 50 centimeter square. Okay, and here divided by again the initial growth, that is the 50 centimeter square. So see, that is here 55 minus 50, 5 centimeter square divided by 50 centimeter square. Okay, that is 1 centimeter square divided by 10 centimeter square. Okay, 5 upon 50, that is the 10. Okay, so here 1 centimeter square divided by 10 centimeter square. That is here the out of the 10 centimeter square, only 1 centimeter growth is obtained. Out of the 10 centimeter square growth, only 1 centimeter growth is obtained. That is of the 10%. Only 10% relative growth is. How many relative growth is there? Only the 10% relative growth is there. Okay, so here see, that is here in between the two leaves, if we compare, that is the relative growth. See, that is only the relative growth, not absolute growth. Absolute growth or actual growth is similar in both leaves. That is here 5 centimeter square, here also the 5 centimeter square. But if we calculate the relative growth, that is relative growth of the leaf A, that is the first system. In the first system, the relative growth is the 100%. Relative growth is the 100%. While here in the leaf B, that is in the second system, if we see, that is the relative growth is only 10%. The relative growth is only 10%. Okay, so if we see only the morphologically, जर आपण असं comparatively बघितलं तर याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला असं लक्षात येईल की इथं इनिशियल साइज जी आहे, it is a smaller in size. It is the smaller size. And when the size is the small or the minimum, initial size of the leaf is minimum. Initial size of the leaf is minimum. Then the relative growth rate is maximum, that is the 100%. Relative growth rate is the 100%. Okay, so if we see, that is in this leaf what happens, that is the size of the initial size of the leaf is maximum. Initial size of the leaf is a maximum. So here the relative growth rate is the minimum. The relative growth rate is the minimum, that is it is only the 10%. It is only the 10%. म्हणजे जनरली जर तुम्हाला फक्त 2 लीफ साइज दिले असतील आणि याच्यामध्ये विचारलं असेल तर की या लीफ मध्ये रिलेटिव्ह ग्रोथ हा कोणत्या लीफचं जास्त असेल असा प्रश्न विचारला तर आपण मॉर्फॉलॉजिकली फक्त असं जनरली बघितलं तरी आपल्या लक्षात येईल की ज्या लीफची इनिशियल साईज कमी असेल त्याचा रिलेटिव्ह ग्रोथ ही काय असेल जास्त असेल. इनिशियल साईज जेवढी कमी तेवढा रिलेटिव्ह ग्रोथ हा जास्त असेल. इकडे काय सांगितलेलं आहे तर इथं साईज इनिशियल साईज ही काय आहे जास्त आहे. ओके आणि त्याच्या कंपॅरेटिव्ह त्याचा जर रिलेटिव्ह ग्रोथ जर बघितला आपण तर तो रिलेटिव्ह ग्रोथ मात्र काय असेल कमी असेल. ओके so here that is the relative growth. So relative growth once again see that is relative growth is nothing but the final growth minus the initial growth. That is here the actual growth or the absolute growth per unit time per its initial growth per its initial growth. आणि मग हे कॅल्क्युलेट केल्यानंतर आपल्याला असं लक्षात येईल की रिलेटिव्ह ग्रोथ जर आपण दोन्ही लीफची बघितली तर ती नक्कीच डिफरंट येईल. आणि रिलेटिव्ह ग्रोथ ही कशाची जास्त असते तर जनरली ज्या लीफचं इनिशियल साईज ही कमी असते त्या लीफची रिलेटिव्ह ग्रोथ ही काय असते ग्रोथ रेट ही काय असते जास्त असते. ओके while here the size initial size of the leaf is maximum then the relative growth rate is the minimum. Okay so it is about the relative growth. Okay so here relative growth means actual growth or absolute growth per its initial growth. Okay so it is about the comparison between the growth that is the absolute growth and the relative growth. Okay so then next is that is about the growth curve. Okay then next that is about the growth curve. So if we see that is the growth curve that is this first there are the three types of the growth curve. First is the linear growth curve, second is the exponential growth curve and third is the sigmoid growth curve. So see that is here the linear growth curve it mainly occurs that is in the arithmetic growth. We have seen already that is how the arithmetic growth is. In arithmetic growth here the linear growth curve is occur that is here there is only increase in the length of the root or the shoot, that is it shows the linear growth curve that is in the arithmetic growth. Okay we have seen in last lecture how the arithmetic growth and the geometric growth is. Okay in which we have seen that is about this linear growth curve. And then another is the exponential growth curve. This exponential it mainly occurs that is if we plotted the graph that is population to the per year. Okay so here what happens is that is here in few years or in few times, very few times there is tremendous increase in the population. There is tremendous increase in the population. So here the time required is very minimum. So if we see that is here, if we see that is in within few years, okay, from this region to this region, here within few years here there is the tremendous increase in the population. There is tremendous increase in the population. So here it mainly shows that is the J-shaped structure. This shows that is the J-shaped structure. That is the exponential. Exponential means a tremendous growth. That is this growth is a sudden growth in the population. Okay, so here there is sudden growth in the population that is within few years. Okay, that is this curve is known as the exponential curve. Okay, and third that is the sigmoid curve, that is it is mainly the S shape. It is the S shape, and here we have seen that is how it is the S shape. That is this type of the growth curve it mainly occurs in the geometric growth. Okay, in the geometric growth we have seen that is the sigmoid growth curve. Okay, so we are also seeing what is meant by the geometric growth. Okay, so see that is here in this sigmoid growth curve we show that is here there are the three phases. Okay, one is the lag phase, exponential phase, or it is also known as the log phase, and third that is the stationary phase. Okay, so here the lag phase, it is the initial phase. Okay, in which here only the cell divides and the growth rate is minimum. Okay, in the lag phase. While here in the exponential phase, the growth rate is maximum. That is, there is increase in the size of the cell. That is in the exponential phase. This exponential phase is also known as the log phase. It is also known as the log phase. And the third phase, that is the stationary phase, or it is also known as the steady phase. So in which here the cell it goes in the maturation stage. There is in the differentiation also takes place. That is this stationary phase. It is also known as the adult phase, or it is also known as the senescence phase. Okay, so here there are the three phases, and here these three phases that is shows in the sigmoid, that is S-shaped curve, and it mainly occurs in the geometric growth. Okay, so here now what is meant by the grand period of growth? See, that is what is meant by the grand period of growth. Okay, so we have seen that is the linear growth curve. It occurs in the arithmetic growth. Okay, in which here the one cell becomes meristematic and another cell it goes to the maturation and differentiation. So in this type of the growth, there is an increase in the length of the root or the stem, that is the apex. So here another, that is the exponential. It mainly shows that is there is the sudden increase in the population only in the few years. Okay, so it is the exponential growth. And in the sigmoid growth, that is it is the S shape, in which there are the three phases. So see, that is what is meant by the grand period of the growth. So grand period of the growth, that is means total time which are required to complete different phases of the growth. Total time which are required to complete three phases of the growth. आता three phases मध्ये इथं कोणती phase येईल? First lag phase, that is the initial phase. Exponential phase. In this phase here, tremendous growth takes place. Sudden growth takes place. And here the stationary phase, that is here the growth stops. That is the cell goes in the maturation phase. So these three phases together. Okay, lag phase, exponential phase, or it is also known as the log phase, and the stationary phase together. Okay, so the time required, total time required for the three phases of the growth, okay, during the life of the plant, during the life cycle of the plant, it is known as the grand period of growth. It is known as the grand period of growth. म्हणजे प्लांट मध्ये लॅग फेज, एक्सपोनेन्शियल फेज आणि पुन्हा येणारी स्टेशनरी फेज. ओके, या टोटल फेज ला किती टाइम लागेल आलं लक्षात? सो द टोटल टाइम रिक्वायर्ड फॉर थ्री फेजेस of the growth in the life cycle of the plant, it is known as the grand period of growth. It is known as the grand period of growth. Okay, and then next point, see, that is about the differentiation, redifferentiation and okay, then next concept, see, that is about the differentiation, de-differentiation and what is meant by the redifferentiation. Okay, so first we see that is about the differentiation. So see, that is we have seen in last lecture, that is about the meristem, that is the apical meristem. So see, it is the about we have seen how the meristematic tissue are apical, intercalary and lateral meristem we have seen. So this region is the apical meristem. Okay, so first point we see that is about the differentiation. So during the differentiation, what happens? mature, that is it becomes the permanent. Meristematic cells, it becomes mature and it gets permanent. That is, permanent means here the maturation and the differentiation takes place. Maturation and the differentiation takes place. That is, here the differentiation means what? That is the meristematic cells, which are the immature cells. It becomes the mature cells. That is, it gets divides, redivides. Okay, meristematic cells gets divides and redivides, and from which here the permanent tissue are produced. Permanent cells are produced. That is, they gets mature. So here in the mature cells, that is, there is the differentiation and here they becomes the mature. So there is the anatomical and physiological changes takes place in this cell. That is, when the meristematic cells which becomes mature, that is, here is the apical meristem, there are the meristematic cells, and after this here at this region there are the permanent cell tissue, that is the mature. Okay, so here the meristematic cells which are the immature cells, they becomes the mature. They becomes the mature, that is due to the cell division. Okay, so here that is the mature cells are produced, and these mature cells it gets the differentiated. It gets the differentiated. So here there are the formation of the permanent tissue. There are the formation of the permanent tissue, that is permanent tissue in which there are the simple and the complex tissue. Simple tissue in which there are the parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma tissue. Okay, and the complex there are the xylem and the phloem. So here from the meristematic cells, these meristematic cells it gets divides, and here the mature cells are produced. Mature permanent cells are produced. So for example, if we see that is in the hydrophytes there are the formation of the parenchyma. In case of the hydrophytes, hydrophytes means the aquatic plants. For example, Eichhornia, etc. These are the hydrilla. These are the aquatic plants. So here these are the hydrophytes. Hydrophytes means aquatic plants की जे पाण्यामध्ये वाढतात. अशा plants मध्ये जे parenchyma tissue जे आहे, this parenchyma tissue initially which are compactly arranged. That is like this. These are the parenchyma tissue. So in the parenchyma tissue, that is the cell wall gets separate, then again the cells get separate, and there is the formation of the schizogenous interspace. Okay, so see that is here schizogenous interspace. Schizogenous interspace are produced, that is for the floating of the plant. म्हणजे hydrophytes aquatic plant जे असतात ते floating राहतात. Floating कशामुळे राहतात? Due to the formation of the schizogenous interspace. Interspace means what? That is here in these parenchyma tissue, these are mainly together with each other. That is, there is no intercellular space. Okay, while if we see that is here in case of the hydrophytes, that is in aquatic plants, what happens? That is the cells which are get separate from each other, and there is the formation of the air space, or it is formation of the air cavity. That is, it is known as the aerenchyma. It is known as the aerenchyma. That is, here the large cavity is produced. There is the formation of large cavity is produced, and this cavity is mainly produced in the leaves of this hydrophytes. That is in the leaves of this hydrophytes. So here see that is these are the parenchyma tissue. Then this parenchyma tissue, that is here the cell wall it gets separate. The cells get separate and produce the intercellular space, large cavity, or the large space is produced, air space is produced, or it is also known as the cavity. And this cavity is produced. This is produced फॉर द बायोन्सी और फॉर द मेकॅनिकल सपोर्ट. म्हणजे जनरली बायोन्सी म्हणजे काय म्हणूया आपण की हे हायड्रोफॅटिक प्लांट जे असतात ते पाण्याच्या वरती फ्लोट राहतात, तरंगत राहतात. कशामुळं? ड्यू टू द प्रेझेन्स ऑफ दिस एरेनकायमा, ड्यू टू द प्रेझेन्स ऑफ दिस एरेनकायमा tissue. So here the parenchyma it gets mature and produce here the intercellular space, and here due to this presence of this intercellular space, that is large cavity is produced for the mechanical support and also for the buoyancy. म्हणजे जनरली पाण्यावरती तरंगत राहण्यासाठी हा एक इथं चेंज झालेला आहे. ओके, सो हियर सी दॅट इज इफ वी सी the parenchyma or the parenchyma or the sclerenchyma tissue, these are the permanent tissue, and these tissue which are produced from this meristematic tissue. So here which are the mature cells or the tissue system produced in the plant, that is for example if we see that is from this meristematic tissue, here the maturation of the cells takes place, and here the cell maturation from the meristematic tissue which are derived from the apical meristem. Generally या apical meristem जो आहे हा apical meristem shoot apex असेल किंवा root apex मध्ये जो apical meristem असेल की तो काय होतो, मॅच्युअर होतो, बरोबर आहे. आणि इथं मॅच्युअर सेल्स तयार होतात. मग हे मॅच्युअर सेल्स जेव्हा तयार होतील तेव्हा जनरली इथं काय तयार होईल तर प्लांट्स मध्ये जनरली डिफरन्शिएशन होईल, अँड फ्रॉम द apical cell, see here there is the apical cell. Okay, apical cell, that is here the meristematic cells. There is the after the maturation, okay, after the maturation there is the formation of the epidermis. There is the formation of epidermis, and then again the endodermis, cortex, endodermis, which are the permanent cells. These are the permanent cells. Xylem, pericycle, xylem, then phloem. So these cells or the tissue system, it mainly sit that is in the mature root or the stem. Okay, so here these are the permanent tissue. Okay, and these are the mature which gets differentiated, and these whole this tissue system it is produced from the apical meristematic cells. Okay, so this formation of the mature cell from the meristematic cells is known as the differentiation. It is known as the differentiation. Okay, so here the apical cells which gets mature, apical cells gets mature and produce the different type of the cells which are the mature cells. Okay, that is nothing but the differentiation. So what is meant by the de-differentiation? So de-differentiation, it is the reversal to differentiation. See next point, that is the de-differentiation. It is a reversal. It is a reversal to differentiation. Reversal to differentiation. आता डिफरन्शिएशनच्या रिव्हर्सल म्हणजे काय होईल, इथं मॅच्युअर सेल्स पुन्हा काय बनतील, मेरिस्टेमॅटिक. Okay, so here the permanent cell regain the power of cell division. The permanent cells regain power of cell division. See that is here permanent cells. Where are the permanent cells? These are the permanent cells are produced. Okay, that is epidermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, xylem, phloem. That is these are the permanent cells. That is the parenchyma, parenchyma, sclerenchyma. These are the permanent cells. Okay, so this permanent cell again regain the power of cell division. म्हणजे ते पुन्हा काय बनतील, meristematic बनतील. They becomes the meristematic. So here there are the formation of the secondary meristem, and from this permanent cells which regain the power of cell division and produce the secondary meristem. Okay, so which are the secondary meristem? That is, there are the two secondary meristem, that is interfascicular cambium. Interfascicular cambium, and another is the cork cambium. Interfascicular cambium and the cork cambium. These are the secondary meristem, and here these both they are having the capacity of cell division. Okay, so see that is here interfascicular cambium. It mainly produced that is formed from the medullary rays. इंटरफॅसिक्युलर कॅम्बियम जे आहेत हे मेड्युलरी रेज पासून की या मेड्युलरी रेज मध्ये कोणते टिश्यू असतात? पॅरेन्कायमा टिश्यू असतात, आणि पॅरेन्कायमा टिश्यू इट अगेन गेन द पॉवर ऑफ सेल डिव्हिजन. ओके, सो दीज आर प्रोड्यूस्ड फ्रॉम द मेड्युलरी रेज. These are produced from the medullary rays. While here in the cork cambium, these are formed from the outer layer of cortex. These are produced from outer layer of cortex. Okay, so see that is here the interfascicular cambium which is present between the two vascular bundles. ओके, दोन व्हॅस्क्युलर बंडलच्या मध्ये जे मेड्युलरी रेज असतात, म्हणजेच हे मेड्युलरी रेज कशाने बनलेले असतात? पॅरेन्कायमा टिश्यू आर द परमनंट टिश्यू, and this permanent tissue again regain the power of cell division and produce the interfascicular cambium. Okay, and this interfascicular cambium having the power of cell division. Okay, while here outer layer of the cortex, see here that is here is the cortex. This cortex is made up of the permanent tissue. Okay, and this cortex is produced from this apical meristem, so it is the permanent. Okay, so these some cortical cells again regain the power of cell division. त्याच्यामध्ये पुन्हा सेल डिव्हिजनची पॉवर येते आणि पुन्हा ते काय बनतात? कॉर्क कॅम्बियम. त्याच्यापासून काय तयार होतं? कॉर्क कॅम्बियम. इट इज हॅव्हिंग द पॉवर ऑफ सेल डिव्हिजन. सो सी दॅट इज हियर द डिफरन्शिएशन मीन्स व्हॉट? दॅट इज हियर it is the reversal to differentiation, that is the mature cells which are already differentiated, which becomes mature, they regain the power of cell division. त्यांच्यामध्ये पुन्हा सेल डिव्हिजनची पॉवर निर्माण होते. ओके, आणि याच्यापासून काय तयार होतं? देयर इज द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ सेकंडरी मेरिस्टेम. ओके, सो हियर दिस सेकंडरी मेरिस्टेम, these are mainly that is an interfascicular cambium and the cork cambium. These are the examples of the secondary meristem. Okay, so it is about the de-differentiation. Okay, म्हणजे बघा डिफरन्शिएशन मध्ये काय झालं? इमॅच्युअर सेल्स म्हणजे मेरिस्टेमॅटिक सेल्स जे असतात ते काय होतील? मॅच्युअर होतील, बरोबर आहे, आणि परमनंट सेल्स तयार होतील. परंतु डिफरन्शिएशन मध्ये काय होईल? इट इज रिव्हर्सल टू डिफरन्शिएशन. अगदी विरुद्ध प्रोसेस आहे की याच्यामध्ये परमनंट सेल्स आहेत. इथे ज्या परमनंट सेल्स तयार झालेल्या आहेत त्यांच्यामध्ये पुन्हा सेल डिव्हिजनची पॉवर निर्माण होते आणि मग तिथे पुन्हा काय तयार होईल? सेकंडरी मेरिस्टेम तयार होईल की ज्याच्यामध्ये इंटरफॅसिक्युलर कॅम्बियम आणि कॉर्क कॅम्बियम तयार होईल. ओके, सो दिस इज नोन ॲज द डिफरन्शिएशन. Then next see that is about the redifferentiation. So here redifferentiation means what? That is they again gets differentiation. That is here see redifferentiation means here from the secondary meristem there is the formation of secondary xylem and the secondary phloem. See that is here the after the Dedifferentiation, there is the formation of secondary meristem. There is the formation of secondary meristem. Okay, so here the secondary meristem, these are having the capacity of cell division. It is having the capacity of cell division. So it again gets mature. It again gets mature. Secondary meristem, it again gets mature. Okay, and they becomes the permanent cells. Okay, they produce the permanent cell. Okay, mature, it becomes the permanent. Permanent means that is it lost the power of cell division. Lost power of cell division. Lost power of cell division. Okay, so here in the secondary meristem, it again becomes the mature, that is it gets again permanent. पुन्हा ते permanent होतील and they lost the power of cell division and it produced the secondary xylem. And the secondary phloem. की ज्याच्यापासून पुन्हा सेकंडरी झायलम आणि सेकंडरी फ्लोएम तयार होईल. Okay, so here from the interfascicular cambium there is the formation of a secondary xylem and the secondary phloem. Okay, so from this interfascicular cambium there is the formation of secondary xylem and the secondary phloem. From the cork cambium there is the formation of the secondary cortex. Secondary cortex. From the cork cambium there is the formation of secondary cortex. Okay, so see that is here. These are 3 points. If we see here, in the first here the meristematic cells, okay, it becomes mature, that is the differentiation takes place. आणि लास्ट मध्ये सुद्धा काय होतं तर here also the differentiation takes place. Here also the differentiation takes place. That is here the secondary meristem. Here also the meristematic tissue. It gets mature. Okay, it gets mature. That is here the differentiation process. That is here the permanent cells. From here the meristematic cells are produced and from the meristematic cells again the permanent cells are produced. ओके, आता इथं लक्षात घ्या पहिल्या प्रोसेस मध्ये डिफरन्शिएशन मध्ये काय झालं तर मेरिस्टेमॅटिक सेल्स विच आर इमॅच्युअर सेल्स, ओके, दे बिकम्स परमनंट, दॅट इज द मॅच्युअर. ते पुन्हा काय झाले मॅच्युअर झाले, दॅट इज नोन ॲज द डिफरन्शिएशन. त्याला काय म्हटलं जातं डिफरन्शिएशन. आणि मग हे मॅच्युअर किंवा परमनंट सेल्स जे आहेत हे परमनंट सेल फंक्शनल होते. ओके, ते प्रत्येकाचं एक आपापलं स्वतःचं फंक्शन करते. आता पुढे काय होतं डिडिफरन्शिएशन होतं म्हणजे काय होतं तर काही परमनंट सेल्स दॅट इज फॉर एक्झाम्पल पॅरेन्कायमा टिश्यू. ओके, दिस पॅरेन्कायमा टिश्यू इट अगेन गेट्स द पॉवर ऑफ सेल डिव्हिजन. काही परमनंट टिश्यू मध्ये पुन्हा सेल डिव्हिजनची पॉवर येते, रिगेन द पॉवर ऑफ सेल डिव्हिजन. इट इज नोन ॲज डिडिफरन्शिएशन. त्याला काय म्हटलं जातं डिडिफरन्शिएशन. आणि डिडिफरन्शिएशन झाल्यामुळं पुन्हा त्या परमनंट टिश्यू मध्ये आपल्याला सेकंडरी मेरिस्टेम तयार झालेला दिसेल. त्या परमनंट टिश्यू पासून आपल्याला काय तयार झालेलं दिसेल सेकंडरी मेरिस्टेम तयार झालेलं दिसेल. अँड फ्रॉम दिस सेकंडरी मेरिस्टेम दॅट इज फॉर एक्झाम्पल देर आर द 2 सेकंडरी मेरिस्टेम दॅट इज द इंटरफॅसिक्युलर कॅम्बियम अँड द कॉर्क कॅम्बियम. इंटरफॅसिक्युलर कॅम्बियम हे मेडुलरी रेज पासून तयार होईल तर कॉर्क कॅम्बियम. आता मेडुलरी रेज कुठे असतात तर झायलम आणि फ्लोएम हा वॅस्क्युलर बंडल जो असतो या दोन वॅस्क्युलर बंडलच्या मध्ये पॅरेन्कायमा टिश्यू सिस्टीम असते दॅट इज द मेडुलरी रेज की ज्याच्यापासून इंटरफॅसिक्युलर कॅम्बियम तयार होईल की ज्याच्यामध्ये सेल डिव्हिजनची पॉवर असेल. लक्षात येते म्हणजे ते मेरिस्टेमॅटिक बंडल. ठीक आहे, कॉर्क कॅम्बियम इट इज ऑल्सो बिकम्स द मेरिस्टेमॅटिक. हा कन्सेप्ट लक्षात आला. आता काय होतं बघा पुढे हे जे सेकंडरी मेरिस्टेम आहे यांच्यामध्ये सेल डिव्हिजनची कॅपॅसिटी आली म्हणजे ते मेरिस्टेमॅटिक बनले. पुन्हा रिडिफरन्शिएशन मध्ये काय होतं तर हे जे काही इमॅच्युअर सेल्स झालेत किंवा हे मेरिस्टेमॅटिक जे सेल्स आहेत हे पुन्हा यांच्यामध्ये काय होतं, मॅच्युअर होतात. they again becomes mature, that is they gets differentiated. So secondary meristem, this secondary meristem, it gets differentiated, that is it becomes mature, it becomes permanent. Again it lost the power of cell division, it lost the power of cell division. Okay, म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये हे पुन्हा मॅच्युअर होतील, ते पुन्हा सेल डिव्हिजनची पॉवर लॉस होईल त्यांच्यामध्ये आणि ते मॅच्युअर झाल्यानंतर काय तयार होईल तर इंटरफॅसिक्युलर कॅम्बियम जो आहे त्याच्यापासून सेकंडरी काय तयार होईल, झायलम आणि सेकंडरी फ्लोएम तयार होईल, दॅट इज फ्रॉम द इंटरफॅसिक्युलर कॅम्बियम. आणि पुन्हा कॉर्ड कॅम्बियम पासून सेकंडरी कॉर्टेक्स तयार होईल. these are the permanent cells. ओके, म्हणजे प्लांट्स मध्ये काय होतं तर पहिली प्रोसेस डिफरन्शिएशन होते, दॅट इज फ्रॉम द मेरिस्टेमॅटिक सेल्स परमनंट सेल्स आर प्रोड्यूस्ड. Okay, then from the permanent cell in the de-differentiation, permanent cells again regain the power of cell division, it becomes the meristematic. Okay, and re-differentiation means what? These meristematic cells which are secondary meristems, okay, it again lost the power of cell division, and they again become the permanent. That is known as the redifferentiation. It is known as the redifferentiation. Okay, so there are the 3 points, that is the differentiation, de-differentiation and redifferentiation. De-differentiation and redifferentiation. Okay, so it is about the 3 concepts: de-differentiation, de-differentiation and the redifferentiation. डिफरन्शिएशन मध्ये पुन्हा एकदा लक्षात घ्या की मेरिस्टेमॅटिक टिश्यू परमनंट बनतील, दॅट इज द लॉस पॉवर ऑफ सेल डिव्हिजन, आणि परमनंट त्यांचं फंक्शन करतील. परंतु जेव्हा हे परमनंट बनतील तेव्हा त्यातलेच काही टिश्यू पुन्हा ऍक्टिव्ह होतील, दॅट इज दे रिगेन द पॉवर ऑफ सेल डिव्हिजन इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ डी-डिफरन्शिएशन, आणि त्यांच्यामध्ये पुन्हा सेल डिव्हिजनची कॅपॅसिटी निर्माण झाल्यामुळे त्याच्यापासून पुन्हा मेरिस्टेमॅटिक सेल्स तयार होतील, दॅट इज द सेकंडरी मेरिस्टेम. जे तयार होईल त्याला आपण काय म्हणणार, सेकंडरी मेरिस्टेम. ठीक आहे, त्यामुळे सेकंडरी मेरिस्टेम तयार झालं की यांच्यामध्ये सेल डिव्हिजनची कॅपॅसिटी असेल, ते रिडिवाइड होतील आणि पुन्हा ते काय बनतील, रीडिफरन्शिएशन मध्ये पुन्हा ते काय बनतील, परमनंट बनतील, दॅट इज द लॉस द पॉवर ऑफ सेल डिव्हिजन. ओके, and from which here the xylem, secondary xylem, phloem and the secondary cortex are produced, which are the permanent tissue. Okay, that is known as the redifferentiation. Okay, so it is about the differentiation, de-differentiation and the redifferentiation. Okay student, today we stop here.